Person 20. So when I started with you connecting with your energy, I actually got onto like a unicorn and went charging forward through the portal. And as we go charging through the portal, then it ends up being like the energy shifts from like very magical to like I'm fighting a war, and I feel like I'm like Joan of Arc, like I'm in what is that, protective metal, why can't I come up with the word, anyways, like armor. So I'm in full armor, I'm like knife out, sword out, blazing, like on a horse, and charging through and like slaying all these people that are around me, and get to the other side of the battlefield and like look back, and there's not a single survivor left. It's just me on this horse with the sword. And so I sheathe the sword and walk forward, and then come to this like big side of a, like almost like a big old castle, but it's like there's this like swampy moat around it. And so we're on like the side entrance where almost like I don't know, like sewer entrances are or something, but there's these three tunnels, and they all have doors, and it's like I feel like we have to pick one of these doors to move through. And so anytime it's like a choice and there's three, I always feel this relates to life. Like you have options right now, and options usually, like big life changes, options usually present themselves in threes, whether it happens like 3 times back to back, or whether there's like 3 options presenting themselves to you at the same time. And so there's these like wooden doors on it. And every time we go to open one of the doors, there's this potted flower that has like a face on it that's just ready to like attack, right? So it's like this almost mean flower, I don't know, that we have to get past. So we open one of the doors and look, and it's this potted flower that's ready to attack, and another door, same thing, and the last door, same thing. And so I'm like, let's just pick one. So we go through and move just right past the potted flower. And as we keep going down through this tunnel, and it's dark in the beginning, but we keep passing these flowers, but they become less and less mean, and they actually start to become like these gorgeous blossoming flowers as you go down through the tunnel more. And as we go down through the tunnel more, the light actually starts to change, and it starts to open up, and it becomes brighter, and like the flowers are almost like singing and multiplying now. And as we exit through the tunnel, it's like propelled out into like the 3 tunnels change into these like 3 rainbows that merge into one. And I can see and feel and sense that in the tunnels surrounding us, this was also happening. And like these 3 paths, no matter what one you chose or what one you went down, like they were all going to lead you to the same place. And in this place of just complete acceptance, and it's a happy place. And so didn't matter what path you ended up choosing, but it was going to all lead to the same, destination of a really good surrounding and situation. And so from there, I asked to go to your records, and as I go to the records, it's again, I feel like I'm in like the back swamp kind of land of the bayou in New Orleans, and so it's really kind of cool. Take one of those water boats to the records, and get to your records, and it's actually like over a bridge to get to this building. And as I walk through the door, I see that through the hallway, it's basically a long, narrow hallway. There's a throne at the very end of it. And there's all these wooden doors on the sides. There's like 4 brown wooden doors on the left side and 4 brown wooden doors on the right side. And it's like all these doors are closed. And so I call on your higher self, and I say, what's for the highest good of this person to know right now? And the higher self comes straight down into the throne and sits down. So I feel like I'm holding court. Like I walk up to your higher self, and and I kneel down before you, and literally I get beheaded, and I'm like, oh great, so what's going on? So I feel like just symbolically it's like you're losing your head over these options or these choices. So I ask your higher self to explain this further to me, and so your higher self gets up and walks me down the hallway and says, this person is not, what was the exact words? This person is, does not have their eyes open to all of the experiences and choices that we keep presenting to them. And so I get the impression that maybe you're not somebody who is saying yes to opportunities very often. And this could be from the smallest occurrence in your life where a friend invites you to go out to the movies and you just, oh no, I'm going to stay home tonight, or whatever the excuse is that's created, to like very big things like, oh, there's an opportunity to go to this place and experience something new, and for whatever reason you just align yourself to stay on the same consistent path that and that's familiar. And so your higher self is explaining that because you keep saying no to these options, no to these avenues, that you're blocking yourself from experiencing life in its fullest. And so I get pulled back to the whole sequence now that got us to this place. So I see the armor and fighting the battle, and so I feel like there's this like protective shell, and I don't feel like there's fear around anything, but I just feel like maybe you like to stay in this like protective kind of maybe bubble a little bit, and then going to these options. So there might even currently be like 3 options on the table, or 3 different paths, or you might be in this place right now where you are gonna be discovering a path or a new avenue to go down. But the flowers and those 3 tunnels that we saw, that's like you open it up and it's just kind of this ominous, like, I don't want to go down there, I don't want to change anything, I don't want to try something new. And so you choose not to kind of entertain these options that are presenting themselves to you. And then come to find out that it doesn't matter what option you take, what path you take, what you say yes to, as long as you're saying yes and experiencing and getting yourself out there, you're going to have the end result is going to be this glorious kind of destiny. And so as we make these acknowledgments, your higher self lifts all of the doors in your Akashic records, and all this gold and like jewels just start pouring into this middle hallway that we're standing in, and it just becomes filled with all of this gold and just treasure basically. And so I get the feeling that this is the abundance that you've been blocking for so long. And so if you allow yourself to start to say yes to more opportunities that present themselves, from the very small aspects in life to the very large things, to just entertain these new ideas, these new options, these new avenues, that all of this abundance is just going to flow into your life. And that's the word, it's abundance. Although it presented itself as treasure, I feel like it's abundance, and abundance meaning, everything from more love, more opportunities, of course, more maybe monetary support, but it's just more friends, more encounters, more experiences. So all of this, the universe is just going to open itself to you and allow you the abundance that you've been blocking or denying up until this point. So with light and love.